Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another Thursday night here with the Crown Athletics Racing Tours. Tonight, after the bye week, they head over to the virtual Milwaukee Mile here this evening, which is probably going to be a really good race. So you definitely want to tune in, get it out there, share it with your friends, family, social media, whoever's out there. Have them come over and join over here on Extreme Racing TV for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Race number 10 here this evening. But before they go ahead and get into qualifying, we do have some points to get down through here from 2 weeks ago. They wrapped up the race here at Indy. So let's go ahead real quick here and let's go through where they're standing here coming into tonight. Up there in the top spot, still got Lance Anthony there in that top spot with 285 points. Dylan Williams in second with 249. Edson Santos there in third, 247 points. Garrett Hagan in fourth, 238 points. Back in fifth, we have Brian Edwards there with 229 points. CJ Harden in sixth spot with 201. With 190 points back in seventh, we got William Rucker. Felix Wessel there in eighth. He is at 166 points. Back in ninth, we got Travis Rucker with 143 points, as well as Anthony Yuns there. And back in 11th, we have Rick Raven there, 140 points. Bradley Williams in 12th with 128 points. With 125 points back in 13th, we have that Aaron Hobart. In 14th, we got Andrew Fay with 101 points. In 15th, we got Kiffin D. Simpson there, 95 points. James Langriven there in 16th, 94 points. With 92 points back in 17th, we got Andrew Frazier. In 18th, we got Ryan Clemente there with 90. With 85 points in 19th, we got William Smith. 20th, we got William Swenson there at 82 points. Warren Rogers in 21st with 81. Scott Watson 22nd with 69. Brad Adams in 23rd with 62. Alexander there in 24th with 51. TJ Grove in 25th with 48. Alex Offenbach in 26th with 46, as well as Joshua Osborne. And then rounding out the standings here this evening, Corbin Blake there in 28th with 36 points. Now getting down to the team points here. This is the positions that the teams have coming into tonight. In that first spot, we still have Gigabyte Racing there with 614 points. CRT Pulse Racing there in second with 582. Team Name Motorsports there in third, 344. Back in fourth, we got Real South Racing with 303. In fifth, we got True North Racing with 292. Legacy Racing in sixth with 213. In seventh, we got Mr. Rogers Racing with 206. In eighth, we got Anthony Rucker Motorsports with 177. Team iCar with 165 points back in ninth. In 10th, we have Built Different Incorporated with 141. 46 Motorsports in 11th with 5. And Conco E Motorsports rounding out the team points here with 3. And let's go ahead, see the weather here real quick coming into the track here. During practice, we have 74 degrees under mostly sunny skies. That track temp, a whopping 114 degrees. Pretty sure that's going to have an effect on these drivers if it carries over in the qualifying and the race here. Winds coming out of the northwest, right around 8 miles an hour. Humidity right around 22%. It'll be interesting to see how the track and weather conditions change here as the session progresses on here tonight. But right now, let's go ahead and see where they're standing here in practice. You got Calix Wessel there in that top spot right now with his best lap of a 21.707. Brian Edwards is in second with a 21.740. Lance Anthony third with a 21.763. CJ Harden fourth, 21.764. Back in 5th, Garrett Hagan with the 21.869. Edson Santos there in 6th spot with 21.899. In 7th, Travis Rucker with a 21.914. In 8th, we got Alex Offenbach there with a 22.040. In 9th, Bradley Williams with a 22.057. And rounding out the top 10 here in practice is Warren Rogers there in that 48 machine with a 22.2. As we still have just a little over 2 minutes here left to go in the practice session here. Why don't we go ahead and get an onboard here with a driver here real quick. We will go ahead and let's do a gyro here. Well, actually, it'll be more of a roof cam here with these Indy cars here. We're on Anthony Yuns here in that 17 machine. And he just crushed the wall there, destroyed the vehicle there. He will definitely come down pit road and get a new car reset and get back out there on the track. Here on the 6th position driver here in practice, that 20 machine of Edson Santos. We're coming down to the last minute here of practice. We will go ahead here, step away, play our national anthem. So do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, hopefully you enjoyed that national anthem, the sights and sounds of our beautiful country here in the US of A, as qualifying is just underway here. Looks like we have out? Got Garrett Hagan out here on track right now currently. Also got CJ Harden out here. Alex Offenbach out here on track. Bradley Williams, as well as not Edwards, is just rolling off. Santos is still waiting. And Anthony Yuns out here. As right now, CJ Harden's in that top spot. A 21.840 there on his first lap. We'll see what he's going to be able to do here. Coming to complete his second lap. Not going to count as he hits the outside wall out of 4. Right now, CJ Harden still in that top spot. Bradley Williams here in that second spot with a 22-126. Lance Anthony just getting out here on track. I'm going to start finish line. Put Lance Anthony up into the top spot there with a 21-658 as he hits the outside wall there, coming out of turn 2 on his second lap. It looks like these Indy cars are going to be really tight on these drivers here tonight, here at the Milwaukee Mile. Not a lot of banking here, so sure that's going to play a big factor here with these cars here tonight. Just trying to, deal with the draft and deal with, the aero push that you get going through the turns. I mean, they're just out here doing single car qualifying right now. And we've already seen 2 drivers hit the wall here. So I would imagine as, they get grouped up in a bunch at the beginning of the race, trying to deal with not only the traffic but the air movement as well. That's going to be tricky on these drivers back through the field here. Looks like Santos is coming out here now. See what he's going to be able to lay down. Kalix still waiting for him to roll out of pit road. Still waiting for Billy Smith, Travis Rucker come down onto the pit lane here, make their qualifying time, but I don't think they're going to partake in that here this evening, as we only have 1 minute and 25 seconds and counting here left to go. See here what Santos and Kalix is going to be able to do. Kalix is just rolling off now with minute 13. See what he's going to be able to do. Santos is up to the 5th spot on his first lap with a 21-658. Santos coming to the start-finish line on his second lap. That will be his lap time of 22:046, which is still good for 5th spot, as Kalix is just going to go ahead and stop here right at the exit of 4. Come back down pit road as we got 26 seconds left here to go. He ain't going to have enough time to complete a lap here this evening. Give the pole to that 52 machine of Lance Anthony. He's driver right. But he's not even in Discord, so even if I wanted to do that. So let's go ahead and get down to the virtual starting grid here this evening. There we go. Starting in the pole on the inside there, that 52 of Lance Anthony. Congratulations once again to Lance on grabbing the pole here this evening with a 21-658. On the outside of him, rolling off second, the 11 of Brian Edwards. Back in row number 2, the 33 CJ Harden rolling off third. On the outside of CJ, rolling off fourth, the 48 of Warren Rogers. Back in row number 3, the 20 of Edson J. Santos, rolling off 5th. On the outside of Edson there, the 116 of Bradley Williams is going to roll off 6th. Back in row number 4, we have the 30 of Garrett Hagan. rolling off 7th. On the outside of Garrett, the 56 of Alex Offenbach there, rolling off 8th. In row number 5, we got the 17 of Anthony Yuns. And rolling off on the outside of Anthony there in that 2 Machine Calyx whistle, rolling off 10th. In row number 6, in row number 8, sorry. We got the 83 of Travis Rucker rolling off 11th. On the outside of Travis, rolling off 12th, the 118 of Billy Smith. All right, that was my one hiccup of the night. No more for me here this evening. Just kidding. I'm sure I'll have a couple more here throughout the night. I usually do. Why not, right? It wouldn't be a broadcast if you don't have a hiccup, right? As they are driving out here, getting their pace lap in, they will be going green here momentarily. Thank you all for tuning in here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Season 2, race number 10 here at the Milwaukee Mile. Do appreciate everybody tuning in here this evening. You're getting ready to go. Green flag racing. Waiting for that virtual pace car dive off to the safety of pit road. And Lance will go ahead and get us rolling off here. Pace car is off to the safety of pit road, and the green flag is out. And we are racing here tonight. Race number 10, Season 2. For the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series at the virtual Milwaukee Mile. And Lance is going to go ahead and complete his first lap here. He's only got 124 more laps to lead here this evening to claim victory. Obviously, I'm sure he doesn't want to lead every lap, even though that would be bragging rights, over the entire field here this evening. But pretty sure they do get a bonus point for leading the most laps. I know they get one for a lap led, so I would imagine they get one for the most laps led as well. So he already got the checklist of lap led, as we already have a caution here. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Get on. Get here to Alex. Oh. Coming out of turn 4 there. Alex just got loose and hard hit the inside wall there on the exit of 4. That is what brings out the caution here this evening for the first time here tonight on lap number 3. Unfortunate for Alex there. Trying to see if I can find a better camera angle for you guys out there. Need a zoom. Couple drivers on pit road here. We got the 30 of Garrett Hagan as well as the 83 of Travis Rucker, both on pit road. I would imagine think Alex already made his pit stop. You do get one fast repair here, so he gets a free reset here. Go ahead, come down pit road, get a free backup car, get back out there, and going back in the race here. He is one lap down currently. as he is coming down pit road now to get his car serviced as well. I think Garrett's coming back down with him, yes. Go ahead and get the driver info up so you know who I'm on at what particular time throughout the race here. Should be getting the one to go here next time by. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure, if you have not already, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. As green flag is back out, we are back green flag racing. I was wrong. That was the one to go. I forgot. They only do single file restarts here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. I'm so used to the double file. Lance jumping out to a pretty good gap there. Brian Edwards got some company there with the 33 of CJ Harden right behind him. Right behind CJ, we got that 20 machine of Edson there trying to put pressure on CJ as well. You see a lot of single file here down through the straightaway, trying to get that draft. Get back here. Looked like we had a potential battle going on back here. Not exactly sure where that was at. I think we had somebody blinking out right behind this group here as Lance just laid down the fastest lap here so far. 22.515. It's only lap number, completion of lap 8. We're currently working on lap number 9. Get back here to the 83 of Travis Rucker. He's sitting here in the 10th spot. Looks like he's taking it easy right now. Trying to lay back here, try to get a good feel what's going on with his car. But get back up here to the 2nd spot with the 11 of Brian Edwards here. Got a little bit of a gap over the 33 of CJ now, right around 0.4 of a second in front of CJ, and Edson here is about 0.4 as well behind CJ. But Lance Anthony here is working on a almost a second lead now over the 11 of Edwards, coming out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 11 here of 125. I was hoping to get my soundboard hooked back up here tonight so I could play some sound effects here in case anybody did a little hiccup or anything or deserved an applause or a moment of suspense or whatever, but unfortunately I did not have the time to do that here this evening. Hopefully this weekend I'll get it back set up. We'll have it for next Thursday night. Speaking of next Thursday night, I can find it. So yeah, next Thursday, 2 days before the weekend kicks off, we head to Michigan here with the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series season number 2. That should be a really good one here coming up here October 10th. And then on the 17th of October, Mid-Ohio, not too far from me, just a couple hours actually to Mid-Ohio, but we'll be at the virtual Mid-Ohio, not the real life one. And then to round out the races here in October, on the 31st, they have their class race here for season number 2. So looking forward to the October races. Still, we have the entire month of November and then 2 races in December. But right now, it's all on this race here, the Milwaukee Mile. Here for race number 10. And right now, Lance is pulling away with it for right now. He's got a little over a second gap now over Brian Edwards here. See if we can pull that up here. I'm actually going to have to go. Yes. Probably should have set this up for a. There we go. As you can see there, the last lap. We'll do the current sectors here. As you can see, Lance was faster in Sector 1, but Brian Edwards. I don't think it's doing that right. Yeah, it's not doing the sectors right at all. So that's yeah, something's going funky here with the comparison, because it's not showing lap 0, lap 1, lap 2. Well, we're on lap 22. And showing that Brian Edwards is over 8 seconds faster than Lance Anthony, which is not the case. So I guess we will not do that here this evening, since that's not working the way it should. Get back here to Edson Santos here in 4th spot. Got a little bit of work to do here. He's about 7/10 behind CJ. Right now, the closest battle on the track right now looks like it's between Anthony Yuns and Calix here in that 2 machine. Got 11 cars on the lead lap here. Alex is the first driver a lap down. We'll be having to make a pit stop here. I would imagine probably around the halfway point. As you can see here, they've all been out here 27, 28 laps. Oppenbatch there in that 56 machines. The only driver to make a pit stop, that's obvious, because he hit the inside wall there on lap 4 or lap 3 to bring out our first caution here. So only makes sense that he came down, got a reset there to get back out there on the track, get back out there with his fellow competitors, friends, colleagues, get out there and race with these guys once more. I do apologize if I'm taking a break every now and then, folks. It's been a very long work week for me. So my pause is not a pause, just a pause. My pause is to step back, take a yawn, and get oxygen up to the brain because I'm lacking that apparently. So it's been one of them work weeks, and here we are here tonight, working through another race here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. They always put on some good racing here tonight, and for the season. And tonight is no disappointment either. As you can tell, they're entered the lack of oxygen in the brain, not being able to think on my feet, and putting what I was thinking I was going to say 5 words from when I was going to say it, right then and there, as CJ Harden is on pit road right now. Not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop. I would imagine so, because they're already down to the 23 lap times. Lance is still not quite in the 23 mark, but he's almost there. They're already, most of them are already running 23 second lap times. And just to give a comparison, we're on Lance, so we're going to pick on Lance. Lance did a 22.515 as his best lap on lap 34. Not lap 34. His best lap doesn't give me the lap number. It just says what lap he's on. But his last lap, he did a 22.966. And then Brian Edwards here in second. He did a 22.632 as his fastest lap. His last lap was a 23.019. So it just gives a little bit of a, insight here of how much fall off we have, as CJ, he's going to go ahead and go, you know what? I'm just going to lay down the fastest lap now. Get it done and over with a 22.499. He is a lap down, as well as Billy Smith. Missed Billy making his pit stop here on that 118 machine. He's in that 10th spot. Just made his pit stop as well. No, he did not. I take that back. My brain is lacking oxygen here this evening. I'm not thinking on my feet here tonight, folks, and I do apologize for that. Usually I'm quicker than that. But Lance still in that top spot. Brian Edwards second. Santos third. Warren Rogers in fourth. And Anthony Yuns is going to round out your top 5 here this evening, as the 2 machine at Calyx is now down pit road, getting service on his machine. He's been out here 38 laps before making that pit stop here. Well, actually, it'll be 30. Yeah, 38 laps. So we should be seeing probably the next taker, if I would have to guess, probably either be Garrett Hagan or Travis Rucker. Or actually, you know what? Might be one of these guys back here in 6th or 5th. They've been out here 40 laps. Rucker and them 35, 34 laps respectively. Let's go ahead real quick here. As you can see there, this is the stint that they've been out here on the track. The top 6 drivers have been out here 41 laps. Rucker's been out here 36, Hagan 35, Billy Smith 40, and then Witzel and Harden there just made their pit stops. Harden been out here 8 laps. Calyx in that 2 machine been out here 2 laps. And Offenbach there in the 12th position. He pitted 35 laps ago under that caution. Here comes another taker. That would be the 48 of Warren Rogers coming down pit road, serve his pit stop here this evening. That's another thing we didn't get to mention here before the race. Pit entry. It's very unique, to say the least. As you can see there, you're at a 4, and then you have the entry to pit road. A very hard left-hand turn getting into pit road. And by the way, you got to do it as quick as you possibly can, too. Try to get an advantage over the drivers, your competitors out there on the track. As Calix just now laid down the fastest lap. 22.350. But we still got, more drivers come down pit road, get service on their vehicles. From experience, from what I've personally realized last night, you don't necessarily want to be the driver that lays down the fastest lap. Most leagues do give you a bonus point for having the fastest lap, but 9 times out of 10, it means that you're burning your stuff up too quickly. It's fun and dandy to get it in qualifying. It's exciting because, you get that bragging right for just a couple minutes over your competitors. Like, yeah, look at me, I was faster than you in 2 laps. But ultimately, you want to have that long distance speed, consistency. And right now, between Brian Edwards and Lance Anthony, yeah, Brian is 3 seconds back from Lance, but, these drivers have been 1-2 the entire race. You can't forget about Edson here at Santos. He's nipping on the heels here of Brian Edwards as well. It might come down to a battle here for second spot. But, a caution might come out here late in the race. Anthony Young's get himself back up there. Right now, he is sitting 5 seconds back from Edson, about 9 seconds back from the leader, Lance Anthony. Still waiting for other drivers to come down pit road here. We're on Garrett Hagan right now. He's been out here 43 laps. As I say that, here comes Brian Edwards down pit road, the first of the top 5 to come down pit road. So we'll see here if that's going to open the door for any other takers. Right now, I don't see any. Oh, none of them are coming down this time. Looks like they are definitely going to take the taking the race in half strategy here. CJ here in the 33 is now in 11th spot. He's one of those drivers that pitted early. He's been out here 19 laps already. Still waiting for Lance to come down pit road. Santos, Anthony, Bradley Williams, as well as Travis Rucker and Garrett Hagan here. These are the 6 drivers who have not pitted yet. Other than Billy Smith, which I mentioned he's already a lap down. So of the lead lap cars, the top 6 have yet to come down pit road. As Brian Edwards laid down a 22.194 lap time. That is smoking out here at the Milwaukee Mile. That's one thing I gotta give these cars a lot of credit for. They work at just about every track, and they work really well. There ain't no way you're gonna get a 22-second lap time in a NASCAR, whether it be Xfinity, Truck, or Cup. You might be able to get it done one of them GT cars. still the top 6 have not come down pit road. So, like I said, if they're doing the split half and half, put it at lap, 62, 63 for them to come down pit road. And obviously, I'm sure they're feeling it on the tires. They're begging for new tires. The spotters keep telling them, you know, just hang on a couple more laps there. We're almost to the window. Just hang in there. We'll come down. We'll make you feel good again. Get you back out there on the racing track. Go out there and have some fun once more, as we are on Bradley Williams here. And don't believe that's a battle for position. Yes, it is, actually. Oh. That is the battle for 6th spot. No, it's not. Yeah, I thought it wasn't. Garrett Hagan here in this 6th spot. He did just, oh, that's, who is that? Well, while we're trying to figure out who that is, Lance Anthony is behind both of them. Creeping up on him here as we just hit lap 60 of 125. We're just about halfway through this race here this evening, and it's only 8:54 p.m. Eastern Time. I put it at 7:54 Central, 6:54 Mountain Time, and 5:54 over there on the West Coast. And for anyone listening over in Hawaii, that'll put it, what, 3:54? Three or four, somewhere around there, as we have Lance Anthony down pit road. Santos is going to go ahead and stay out, lead himself a lap here. Anthony Young's is staying out. See here what Travis Rucker does. We got Lance Anthony and Bradley Williams both on pit road. Bradley Williams is sitting there in 9th spot, a lap down. Garrett Hagan staying out. Brian Edwards is staying out as well. I think by them staying out, it's going to give a bigger edge to Lance. He's going to have more of a very good gap over these drivers who have not come down pit road, as Anthony Youngs is down pit road. As I say that, he's getting service on his machine, so put Santos up in the top spot. Well, as I say that, here comes Santos down pit road, making service on his vehicle. That leaves Travis Rucker here. See if he stays out to lead a lap or if he's going to come down pit road as well. He is going to go ahead and stay out and lead himself a lap here this evening. So we should be seeing Travis coming down here either this time or next time by. And that'll leave Garrett Hagan here in that 30 machine, the only driver not to come down pit road. Travis stayed out that time around. See here what he does this time around. Billy Smith's on pit road, and Ruckers are going to stay out another lap here. Lance is only 8.9 seconds back from the leader, and he's on the lead lap, and he's closing pretty quickly. So unfortunately for Travis, the longer he's staying out, the harder he's making it for himself here in the latter part of the race. He will, he'll probably come out, if I had to guess, probably around the 6th spot. Got Alex on pit road. One of them drivers a lap down. Garrett Hagan, he finally made his pit stop coming down and getting service on his machine. Now that leaves, here comes Travis Rucker. He's going to come down pit road. And that should give the lead up to Brian Edwards here coming to the start-finish line. And Lance Anthony is right there, nipping on his toes. Brian tried strategy. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off for him, as he's got Lance getting ready to put a blanket over that 11 machine. Santos here comfortably in that third spot. We got to get back up here because the battle for the lead is starting to brew up. Lance right around 3.5, 0.2 of a second. It fluctuates between the two. Well, now it's up to 0.4 of a second. Garrett Hagan making a pass here. That would be for the 7th position over the 116 there of Bradley Williams. It looks like so far so good for Brian Edwards being able to withstand the storm there from the 52 of Lance Anthony. As you can see there, Warren Rogers is still on pit road. Go ahead and get that removed off real quick. Probably getting some damage fixed on that machine. We will go ahead here and let's change that back to how many positions they have gained here this evening. As you can see here, the biggest mover, I think it's a tie. I'm seeing that right between Yuns and Wetzel. Both up 5 positions. He's having difficulties over here this evening. Dropping everything I pick up and touch. And just stay where I put you. South wants to cooperate. We're getting ready to complete lap number 77 here of 125. Lance in that second spot. Right around 0.3 of a second back from that 11 there of Brian Edwards. And Edson Santos in that in the third spot in that 20 machine. He is right about 3.5 seconds back from Lance. Actually from the leader, Brian Edwards, 3.2, 3.1 back from Lance. As the battle for the lead is heating up, Lance is down to the inside of Brian, coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Brian Edwards is going to lead that lap for now. We'll see here if Lance is going to be able to complete the pass coming out of turn number 2, giving plenty of room. Good driving by both these drivers, giving enough room to each other. Not trying to pinch somebody down, knowing that there's still plenty of time here left to go in the race. As now Lance is up in the top spot. Here comes Brian Edwards with a crossover down into turn number 1. Not going to be able to stick it long enough to be able to get any kind of momentum coming out of turn number 2. So Lance officially up in that top spot for now. We'll see here if he's going to be able to... Yes, he's going to be able to come to the start-finish line and lead that lap. Lap number 81. He led that lap. And if you don't recall, if you're just tuning in, Lance Anthony's been crushing it here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. He led pretty much the first part of the race from start till the pit stop, and then had to deal with a little bit of lap traffic, getting back up through the field to get up to Brian. But he was able to do that, with patience and some really good driving there. Get back up to the top spot. Let's go ahead here. See if we can find a driver that we can pick on. Trying to find somebody within close range of somebody behind them or in front of them. Go ahead and do 56 there of Alex coming out of turn number 2. See him staying really low there on the exit 2. Able to complete that pass though. Lance has been able to get 1.6 second lead now over Brian Edwards. He also has right about a 2.9 second lead over third, 9.6 second lead over fourth, and a 17 now over the fifth place driver, CJ Harden. So we got 5 drivers on the lead lap here. We got Garrett Hagan, Bradley Williams, and Kalex all a lap down. That would be from 6th to 9th, 8th, I should say. And 9th, we have Travis Rucker 2 laps down, and rounding out the top 10, Alex Offenbach 4 laps down. As we have a caution here this evening for the second time. Put me on the 2 there of Kalex, but I don't. There it is, we caught it. It would actually be, who is that? There's somebody down the inside. I'm not sure who that was exactly. But anyways, it was around that vicinity where Garrett Hagan was. I can't get that car number to figure out who that was. And it looks like we got somebody out there rooting on Bradley Williams in that 116 machine. Right now, sitting in that 7th spot. Peyton Williams, just keep on cheering on your dad there. Anything can happen here. We're on lap number 91. Sitting here in that 7th spot. 1 lap down right now. But he should get, I'm not sure if they get the wave around here or not. I believe they do. I'm not entirely sure how that works with the Indy Series. Don't go anywhere, folks. I will be right back. We're going to stay tuned here in the race here as they're pacing right now. I will be right back momentarily, so do not go anywhere. All right, I am back. I do apologize. I had to step away here real quick. But back just in time. We're down to one lap to go here before we get back green flag racing here tonight. So thank you all for tuning in here tonight for Extreme Racing TV. Over here for season number 2 for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Race number 10 here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Get back up here to Santos is now up in the lead. Looks like we had some pit stops there. Lance Anthony here in third. Race car off to the safety of pit road, and Santos is back out on the loud pedal. Back green flag racing here tonight for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Here for the Milwaukee Mile 125. Ooh. Close racing here between second, third, fourth, fifth. Big gap there to 6th spot, but we got to get back up here. Lance down to the inside, completing that pass there over Anthony Yuns here, coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Anthony trying to peek down there, not going to be able to do it. We got some 3 wide going on back here. We caught that live, folks, coming out of turn number 4. Looks like CJ going to fall back here just a little bit more, getting a little, well, as I say that, he's got a good run there coming out of turn number 2. 2 by 2. This is for, what, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. As Lance is now creeping up onto the 20 there of Edson Santos. So we got 2 battles keep an eye. Well, actually, we got like 4 battles here that we got to watch. And then we got another battle going on up here. As it looks like Santos able to pull away just a little bit for now. But get back here to TJ Hart, Brian Edwards. Garrett Hagan here is falling. That's your 6th place driver. So we do have a lap car there. That would be the 2 of Kalex. Mixing it up with the lead lap cars. Here's Santos still trying to fight off that 52 of Lance Anthony. Not able to do anything with it yet. I don't know if Lance is trying to set him up here. We are down to 25 laps to go here this evening. 26 to go, sorry. But like I said, that battle for the lead is heating up. Lance is, what, 0.2 behind Santos. And then you got to go all the way back to 1.8 seconds to Anthony Yuns here in 3rd. TJ Harden here in 4th. That battle has tamed down. But, you know, Brian Edwards here in 5th. He's still got that 2 of Kalex right behind him. That's your first driver a lap down here in the 7th spot. But we got to keep our eyes here. Let's go ahead and do a cockpit cam here with, actually let's do gyro here with Lance Anthony. Trying to get down to the inside there. Oh, big push up there by Santos. That gives the lead over to Lance Anthony. It looks like Lance pushed up a little bit too there on the exit of turn number 2. But he was able to manage it better than Santos and take that lead back. Like I said, you know, coming into tonight during the practice session, from what I was seeing out there on the track when these drivers were warming up, getting used to the track conditions and what was going on with their vehicles, I did notice a lot of drivers pushing up on the exit of 2 and on the exit of 4. And there we just witnessed Santos there just getting whether it was a bad entry or just trying to get on the loud pedal a little too soon, a little too much, and it just pushed that car up towards the outside wall. Let's go ahead and get an updated weather report here coming down 20 laps to go here. We're at 76 degrees, 102 track temp under cloudy skies, winds out of the northwest now at 13 miles an hour. Humidity still at 22%, so the track temp has dropped. The wind speed has picked up from what it was in practice. You remember in practice, track, if I'm not mistaken, was right around 114 degrees. Winds were maybe 8-9 miles an hour coming out of the northwest. So the wind, like I said, picked up just a little bit. Track temp dropped, 12 degrees. So still hot out there on the track, but 12-degree cool down on the track makes a huge difference when you're out here racing on slicks, and your grip level is just that much better. That's probably why we're seeing the quicker lap times here in the latter part of the race. I think Lance still has the fastest lap time, 22.141. He laid that just a couple laps ago, trying to get up to Santos. As Santos, now that we're back on him, he has fallen back from Lance Anthony. He is now sitting at just a little over a second back. As you can see there, now it is working the way it should. So that's probably the way I got to do it. I got to do it well, that lap, Santos was just a little bit faster than Lance Anthony. Not a whole lot, but he's sitting 1.116 seconds back from the leader. We can go ahead and get back here to Anthony Yuns here in the third position. And you can see 3.333. Thank goodness it wasn't the other 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. You know what I'm saying. Saint numbers. Not going to say them out loud because I don't want to get cursed. But you all know the numbers there, so I ain't got to say them for y'all. Coming down to 12 laps to go here. Lance Anthony still up into the top spot. 1.2 second lead now over Santos. Anthony Yuns third. Brian Edwards fourth. CJ Harden fifth. Garrett Hagan sixth. Calix there in seventh. And Bradley Williams eighth. Travis Rucker ninth. And Alex Offenbach there in 10th on pit road. So we currently have 9 drivers out here on the track. Coming down to take 10 laps to go, Lance Anthony is. We officially have 10 more laps here to get around the Milwaukee Mile. 10 more miles for Lance, and he will claim victory here, a dominating victory at that if he's able to do it. Started on the pole, has led the most laps here tonight, and has the fastest lap. Kind of reminds me of a driver I raced with last night. Grabbed the pole, led the most laps, won the stage. However, he did not get the quickest lap time. That title belonged to yours truly up here in the broadcast booth here tonight by 1/1000th of a second. But Lance, so far, he is claiming all those titles here tonight. Anthony Young's out here in 3rd. He has the 3rd quickest lap time. Santos has the 2nd quickest lap time. So it's kind of ironic how that worked out with these 3 drivers here. 1, 2, 3. Their fastest lap times are literally 1, 2, 3 in the same order as what they're running right now. Oh, I take that back. No. Lance Anthony, Brian Edwards has the 2nd fastest lap. He is sitting here in 4th spot with a 22:194. And then it goes Santos, Anthony Young. Oh no, Santos and Taylor. I apologize. I screwed that all up, guys. See, this is what lack of oxygen in the brain does. Because if I just hit best lap time, I would have put it in the order of which they ran it. And I did not do that, so I do apologize to those drivers as Lance. There he is. Okay, Lance is... Oh. Whoo! And he's gone again. Come back, Lance. Come back. There he is. He's back again. Oh. Oh, I hate when that happens to a driver that's been out here leading, dominating the race, and all of a sudden he's having connection issues. But so far, he has reconnected each time he has left. So I'm sure Santos is like, throw me a bone here. But it is good to see Lance still out here on the track as we are down to 2 laps to go here. 2 more laps around the Milwaukee Mile. 2 miles. Well, actually, Lance is working on 1.5 miles down the back straightaway, about halfway down the back straightaway now. 1.5 miles to go. Down through 3 and 4, coming out of turn number 4 here. We're going to be able to take the white flag here. We'll end this under regulation here tonight. 1 more lap to go here for Lance Anthony. See if he's going to be able to complete. Down the back straightaway, down through 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4. And your winner here tonight is that 52 machine of Lance Anthony in a dominating way. In second, Edson Santos. And then rounding out the top 3 here in third, the 17 of Anthony Youngs. But, we had a, who was that? Brian Edwards there right at the end. Let's see what. I think Brian was just slowing down and, man. Good thing these are not real life cars because that would have really hurt. But Lance is out here burning it. Well, thought he was. Who's out there burning it up? Why is Santos? All right. there's some things we got to go figure out here. So don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a commercial break here. Figure out why Santos was doing virtual burnouts on the front straightaway, even though we got Lance Anthony as the winner. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. found the winner of the race. The other two drivers, unfortunately, had to go ahead and call it a night early here this evening. So, Lance Anthony, the man of the hour, man of the night here tonight. You really got the trifecta here. Not only the pole, most laps led, fastest lap. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. How was it for you?
Oh man, that was it might have looked easy on the broadcast, but I promise you that was tough. The car was great and clean air, but man, once I got stuck back in dirty air after that first pit cycle, it was a handful, um, which I kind of figured would be the case. I really focused on qualifying runs during practice, and luckily it paid off. I still have no idea where that lap came from. That was that was something. And then just wanted to make sure I got a good start and got clean air early, and kind of just settled into a rhythm from there. And once Brian tried the undercut, but I knew like there was no chance that he was going to be able to make it like without pitting again. So I figured my best shot was try to run long and make it a one-stop race. Well, then that yellow kind of came out and threw everybody's strategy off. So kind of played into some guy's hands, but not really mine, because I think I was going to walk away with it pretty easily before that yellow. Once I got around Brian, I knew he would hold Edson up just long enough. I think that I could have maintained the gap. But once Edson on old tires, I knew I had to get around him pretty quick. And Edson is super talented, so I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to get by him on new tires. But luckily, I stuck it in there in 1 and 2, and he gave me just enough room, and I gave him just enough room, and it all worked out. So I appreciate Edson giving me the room for that.
Yeah, definitely. Some really good, clean racing here tonight from, not only you and Santos, but the other drivers out here who competed as well. All in all, very good job here at a track that looked like it was very difficult, especially on the exit of the turns here. Looked like just after a few laps out here, you guys got really tight on the exits. Was that just the theme of the night with the track and the car combo, or was it just a mixture of the weather?
I think it was a little bit of all of the above, honestly. Like entry was fine. Like mid corner, your car would pick up some serious understeer. Uh, and like I feel like that's where like it probably did look pretty tough on exit. I know like once the tires kind of wore out, you kind of almost picked up some oversteer on exit, or at least I did. Which that might have just been the way I was driving too, but it was tough. It was a little bit different from last year. I feel like last year was a little bit easier.
Well, speaking of easier, that ain't gonna be next week. We head to the virtual Michigan Speedway. Go ahead and talk about it. With these cars, that track, high speeds and a lot of drafting, pack racing. Go ahead and talk about what are you looking forward to going to Michigan here next Thursday.
Well, it's always kind of a draft style track. I mean, hanging in the draft is really important. Some years the tires kind of wear off, so like the beginning of the run we'll all be packed up together and it's just pure chaos. And then once guys' tires kind of fall off, then it kind of gets a little bit spread out. And then we'll all pit, be back together. And some year, like last season, it was just all out. It was just a cage fight the whole the whole race. So not real sure what to expect. I typically don't do real great there, but both my teammates do. So be on the lookout for them next week for sure. But it'll be fun either way. I got a decent championship point lead now, so I'm just there to have a good time next week.
Yeah, definitely just, hang out, have a good time, and, see if you can build on that lead next Thursday. But, you still got a victory here to celebrate at Milwaukee. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate here, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your awaited finish here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile?
Well, first I want to thank the sponsor of the race, Tennessee Hills Distillery. Thank you to them for coming on board, and thank you to you guys for broadcasting us every week. You guys do a great job. And normally I would plug all my sponsors, but as you see, I had a pink car this month for breast cancer awareness. My mom had it twice. My aunt had it, and I have known quite a few people to have it. So if you're out there battling it now, just stay strong and keep fighting the good fight, and you'll make it through. And we're all thinking about you, and also all the people that got affected by the hurricane. I've been thinking and praying about you guys a lot, and just know that you're not alone out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And, unfortunately, you brought up the breast cancer awareness thing, and I'm kind of dealing with that as well on my side. With my aunt, she's going through biopsy right now to try to figure out what's going on with her. So, fingers crossed, it's nothing serious, but you never know, and it's not something you take lightly. So, if you have any doubt, go get it tested. That's the first sign of, first step of getting it treated if it is breast cancer. So, the sooner the better, and congrats to them being able to pull through the breast cancer and battling it multiple times in some cases, and hopefully with my aunt it's nothing serious, and like you alluded to, all the people down there affected in the hurricanes, a lot of lives lost down there over the weekend in the early week. Hate to see that, but we always rebuild, always make it better. So for those folks that are in those areas affected by it, you will come out of it bigger and better. So looking forward to seeing what you guys build from there. And Lance, can't wait to see what you do next Thursday at Michigan. Even though it's a track you don't like, you never know what can happen. It's any given Thursday.
Absolutely. Hopefully I get to talk to you again next week.
Hey, never know. Hopefully you do. And speaking of talking to people, we have found our second place finisher. He has managed to come up here in the broadcast booth. Edson Santos finishing second here tonight. Well, you almost had it. There was a moment there you were up there in the top spot, leading for just a little bit. Go ahead, top out your race here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. How was it for you here tonight?
Hello, Dennis. Hi. So, congrats, Lance, for the win. It was my first time on this track with this car. And no idea what could happen. And I didn't have time to practice, and would have been great because my quality was pretty bad here. I tried to make a good track, but I couldn't. Only later I really realized that the first lap was the best lap. I was trying to save tires in the first lap to make the best for the second lap and the quality. So it's a shame there are so few cars here today. The setup it was very hard to overtake, confusing because sometimes the car would stick with the track, good lap times. After 2 or 3 laps, the car was with a big understeering and got bad. Well, as I said, unless there was a big difference in tires, it was bad to hard to overtake unless a car in front of you could have some mistake or something. So I was saving fuel. The only thing that I could do. I was the last to get the pit. I don't remember the lap. Lap 64, I guess. And so I could accelerate 100% in the last stint. I thought maybe Lance might have problems in 2 to green or in the white flag with fuel. So when the yellow flag came on the lap 90, it was very frustrating for me, unfortunately. Since I would have had a hard time overtaking P2 under the green flag, I thought, so I want to change my tires and remain on track on the yellow. Maybe I could finish in P1 or P2. I tried to hold length, but I had a little mistake in some lap. I went to the dirt side and he got the inside line, so congrats to him. But it was pretty fun. I liked to be here trying this track with this car for the first time.
Well, you know what? For somebody who's been out here on the track for their first time with no practice, if I could race half as good as that, I would come out of the race a happy man. So definitely something to hold your head high on, especially moving forward. Because, next week we got Michigan coming up here on the 10th of October. Go ahead and talk about, what are you looking forward to in Michigan? We know it's, with these cars, it's going to be a lot of drafting. It's going to be more of a super speedway atmosphere. But, it's still speedway. So go ahead and talk about, what are you looking forward to heading to Michigan here next Thursday night?
Yeah, Michigan is a super speedway, and I like this kind of track. I don't know how it's gonna be the setup. So I really prefer setup with less downforce. Let's see, because I prefer technical race like we have today. But I like Michigan, and so next week we'll be here having fun again.
Well, I can't wait to see what you bring to the table next Thursday, Santos. Maybe some redemption from falling a little short here tonight. But, until then, you still got a P2 to celebrate here at the Milwaukee Mile. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate, finishing here on the podium, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give, Edson, before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate here tonight?
Thank you, Dennis. So I'd like to a warm hug for all my teammates, my team, Brazil, Linear Energy. And so to say hi, little kiss for my children here around me, and for my wife. That's my final gift.
All right. Well, we can't do it without a good supporting cast, Edson, and seems like you got one going on there. So can't wait to see what you bring to the table next Thursday over at Michigan, the virtual Michigan. But until then, enjoy this P2 finish, and we'll see you back out here on the track next Thursday night.
Yeah. Thank you. See you, man. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Edson. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that will conclude the interviews here tonight, as I don't see Anthony Yuns here in the Discord. So let's go ahead and let's get down to the final results here tonight, pending any admin stuff they have to do, which I don't think they have to do. I think it's pretty much set in stone here for the race here this evening. So once again, Lance Anthony in the top spot in that 52 machine. Congratulations. Finishing second, that 20 of Edson J. Santos from Brazil. Finishing second. God, it's got to be late over there. Or early, however you want to look at it. Any hooty howdy. Finishing third, Anthony Yuns in the 17 machine. Finishing fourth, the 11 of Brian Edwards. CJ Harden at 33, finishing fifth. Finishing in the sixth spot, Garrett Hagan in the 30. Calix Wessel there in the 2, finishing 7th. Bradley Williams in the 116, finishing 8th. Finishing 9th, the 83 of Travis Rucker. And rounding out the top 10 here tonight, that 56 of Alex Offenbach. I hit the wrong button, folks. I do apologize for that. Finishing 11th, we got the 118 of Billy Smith, and rounding out the field here tonight in 12th, the 48 of Warren Rogers. Well, folks, thank you all for tuning in here this evening. Do appreciate everybody that tunes in each and every Thursday night here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Make sure you tune in next Thursday night as they head to the virtual Michigan Speedway. But until then, give prayers to all those affected by the hurricane down in the south between Florida all the way up to Tennessee. Do pray for everybody that was affected. And Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Big shout out to all the survivors or the ones currently battling the cancer. Early detection is key. So hopefully all, and I mean everyone, is getting testing early and often, especially if you sense something that might not be right. It's always better to take the safe side, get it detected early before it's too late. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight for Extreme Racing TV. Until next Thursday night, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a good